So I've worked for myself full-time since September of 2016. And I just have to say that working for yourself, owning your own business is absolutely the best thing that you can do for yourself. My life has dramatically changed for the better, creating more money than I ever could have imagined creating, having more freedom, time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom than I ever thought was possible. Certainly very different than the generations before me. I'm in total control of nearly every aspect of my life. I believe that people are happier when they work for themselves. I believe that they are wealthier when they work for themselves. I believe that they are more fulfilled when they work for themselves. When people work 9 to 5s, they're controlled. They have no control over their schedule. They have no control over their income. They have no control over where they get to be. They have to listen to really the whims of their boss. Oftentimes, if you work in corporate, or, my husband used to work in like an actual corporate job, and it was gray cubicles and fluorescent lights, and it was horrible. Very unfulfilling, very depressing for him. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. And really, I truly believe that we are moving into an era where you can, if you want to, completely avoid ever having to have a soul-sucking job. And you can work for yourself from day one. The minute you begin your career, you can work for yourself. People think that, people sell their souls for things like health insurance, job security. But let me tell you, when you work for yourself, that's the ultimate form of job security. If you have one job, you get fired, you lose 100% of your income. If you work for yourself, you have 10 clients, you lose one client, you've lost 1/10 of your income. I first realized that I wanted to work for myself when all my friends went to this amazing place. They traveled for like over a week, and I asked my boss if I could go, and he said no. And it was the first time I'd ever asked a boss to go somewhere. I was like, hey, I want to take off. Can I have this time off? And I felt gross even having to ask for it. Like, I didn't even like to ask for permission. And then when he said no, I had this like hot rage and resentment just flare up in me. I was pissed off. And then I saw all of them on social media posting all the pictures about them having a grand old time. I distinctly remember they were all sitting around a circle of logs, and they were like, there's a bonfire, and I was totally missed out. And I was like, this sucks. I want freedom. And that started something within me, and I never looked back. So if you've sold and you want it, you're like, okay, I'm in, I wanna run my own business, I wanna make money online. Where do I start? Well, you need to learn a skill. People who don't have skills are gonna really struggle and take a long time to figure out how to make money. So in all my years doing all of this and coaching students, the students that came and continue to invest in their skills were always the ones who made the most money the fastest. If you feel like you don't have any skills at all and you don't really know where to start, I think you should learn one of these 3 skills. Either copywriting, so learning how to write words that sell, and we'll put the official definition of copywriting on the screen here. Second thing you could learn how to do, and this is what I did the second one, is brand design or website design or landing page design, where you create basically websites or logos for people, make a ton of money doing that. My first money that I ever made online was somebody paid me $40 to design a flyer for them. And then the third thing that you should learn, the third skill set that anybody can make money from, is sales. If you learn how to be a salesperson, you will always have a job. So wait to the end to hear more about that. So starting with copywriting, here's the thing. Most people aren't good at copywriting, so they pay copywriters to write for them. And there's a lot of my friends make a lot of money teaching copywriters how to make more money. There's just a really big market for copywriters right now, specifically because, and let me tell you why, this is really important for all 3 of these skills. This is what's important that you need to know. Each one of these skills helps business owners make money. So copywriting, when you're creating words that sell, the business owner that hired you is making more money because you learn how to write persuasive copy. So with each one of these skills, your job is to provide enough value to the business owner that he makes more money. So to use our second example, right, branding and web design, when that guy hired me on Upwork, we'll talk more about that later, but when that guy hired me on Upwork and paid me $40 to make a flyer for his corporate company, the $40 he paid me, he probably made $3,000 from that because I designed a flyer that got him clients. He ran a massage company, and they would go into these corporate offices and do massages for people. And he paid me $40, and I designed him what probably was not even that great of a flyer. And I thought it was the most amazing thing in the whole world that you can literally make money online. Second thing, brand design, website design. This is what I did. I made multiple 6 figures every year doing this. There's a lot of people that will pay you quite a bit of money to do that. Towards the end, I was selling web design packages for like $8,000. But at the beginning, I was selling them for $750. If you want to get into branding and web design, the angle that I would give you to really like leverage your skill set against everybody else's is Talk about how your design, your websites are going to help them land more clients. So in order to do that, you need to learn about things like color psychology, persuasion, like website design, how to improve the conversion rate of a landing page. Learning these kinds of things are gonna make your skills as a designer infinitely more valuable to the business owner, which again, the more value you provide to business owners, the more money you make. There are so many nasty associations with the word sales. Car salesperson, sleazy salesperson, scam. We have, as a culture, we have so many negative associations with the word sales. But actually, I want you to think about selling as a service. When you serve someone and you help them figure out how to solve their problem, signing up for a program, getting a better car so their old one doesn't break down, buying insurance, whatever kind of sales you're in, and you learn, you're serving people. A good salesperson, that's what I want you to be, a good salesperson, doesn't sell something that's not going to be a good fit for the person. So if you're on the phone with somebody and you're trying to sell cars and that person isn't going to need that highest, most expensive model, don't push it. As a salesperson, your job is to help people find the solution to their problems, and you get paid a commission to do that. So when we reframe and we think of selling as serving, all of a sudden some of those negative associations, it's not your fault if you think that. Our whole culture has got so many puritanical, anti-capitalist ideas of what it means to be a salesperson. But really, at the end of the day, a good salesperson is a servant. We serve. There's a lot of money to be made in sales. If for whatever reason my business just blew up and it just burst into flames and blew up, first thing I would do is go out and be a salesperson. I could easily go back to I make 7 figures now, right? So my business is over $1 million a year now. But if I ever was like, oh, my business blew up, I could easily make a multiple six-figure income doing sales. So it's super lucrative and it's not that hard to master. You just have to really learn how to sell and then have like 1,000 sales calls. And in another video, I'm actually gonna show you how I would have, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales calls in a day, every day. So I had like 100 sales calls a month. And that's what you need to do if you want to get really good at sales. But we have another video on that coming out and really what that journey looked like for me having 100 sales calls a month and what you can learn from that. So be sure to subscribe so you can grab that. So once you've learned these skills, and there's lots of free courses, there's lots of free videos to start there. But once you've learned it and you feel like, okay, I feel good enough now to where I can start actually doing this and getting paid for it, you want to go to upwork.com. I would just go on there and I would see jobs that what you'll see the way it looks is like people will be like, hey, I'm looking for a designer to help me design corporate flyer for a massage company. And then you click that. And just like you would apply for a job interview, but much shorter. It's not like a really lengthy job interview. It's just a very short, like, hi, I can design flyers. Can I design your flyer for you? And then the business owner goes, ooh, I like your other designs that you showed me. Sure, you have the job. And then you have it. It's not that hard. When I was doing Upwork full time, I landed probably 6 or 7 clients in a week. It's really easy to do. You have to be on it. But if you're on it, it's really easy to get gigs. And I hire people from Upwork all the time now. So now whenever I'm looking for a freelancer and to pay them money to do things, I go to Upwork and I'm like, hey, I need a designer to do XYZ, or I need more salespeople, or I need copywriters. And I'll go on and make a job, and then other people will bid to be on my jobs. Highly recommend it. There's a lot of resources out there teaching you how to land more jobs on Upwork. But if you're looking for cash today, tomorrow, next week, I highly recommend Upwork.